This is the Jadiel Cabrera podcast. The year is 2021. This is actually the first episode of the year. Thank you to everybody that followed me on all podcast platforms. And today we've decided to do this differently.
Yeah.
I'm with Jed.
So it's a Jad and Jed thing.
You didn't have to say that. I knew this was going to come. You didn't have to say that. So this time I'm going to be bringing people to have conversations with. Mm-hmm. And I was with you in high school. We knew each other in high school, and that's crazy that different places can totally determine the people that you're going to hang out with for the rest of your life. And then when you told me that you're free today, I was like, okay, let's do this. Let this be the first episode for the year and talk about the things that we were not told when we were in high school. 4 years down the line. 4 years,
almost 5. Okay.
Almost 5.
By the end of the day, it will be 5. So we are old people out here.
You know, and I was thinking about the experiences I've gone through and some of the things that I have endured. And if I was told that this is how it's going to be, maybe I would have done something differently in high school. Like for instance, maybe I would not value other things while I am still in high school, because the priority then ni kusoma tu, you know. But then we were not told that the moment you get into college, your mind, your perspective on different issues switches.
Changes. True.
What would you say was something that you got to experience now that in high school you didn't know you're ever going to experience?
That's a tough question.
But it's a lot.
It's a lot. One thing was, for me, I think it might be different on my end as compared to this, even if we were in the same high school.
Yeah. Jamhuri,
we're in Jamhuri.
Jamu, yeah.
So one thing, you remember tulikuwa tunaambiwa, as in, you remember the quadrangle, it's why we had our parade, and direct was the gate.
Yeah.
So being told, this, you know, the moment you walk out of that gate, you walk alone, as in, you came alone and you'll go alone.
Yeah.
That thing, it really started manifesting
once you're out.
Yeah, because imagine I remember we were like in Form 1 we were more than 200 people.
Yeah.
Our year. And by the time tulikuwa natoka, people started dropping out, others transferred, others were expelled. Jamu watu waliexpeliwa.
Yeah.
As in, by the time we were finishing high school, we were 158, that lot.
Yeah.
And out of that lot, right now the people I still talk to, I don't think consistently talk to, I don't think even they are more than 15 or 10. Lucky you. And even from my class, I'm not, actually the people I talk to mostly are not even the ones in my class.
I think the only people I talk to from Jamu are you and Ogada, plus a friend of mine called Nakitare. He was your classmate.
Yeah, maybe Nakitare also.
So I think you get to realize that everybody that you are with, I don't even talk to my best friend from school, Chege. We don't talk a lot. And you get, it hits you so hard that you're going to find different paths as you grow. And those people that are not meant to be with you won't be with you. And it's just the thing about life.
Yeah, and it's also, are your visions aligned to each other, or do they
they complement each other?
Do they complement each other? Like, you see, you're in media, I'm also in media, and we are kind of doing the same thing. So it's also our interest.
Maybe it's the group you are in. After high school, we found ourselves in the same group, and I guess the people that were not in that WhatsApp group are not. We are not close with. For me. And the guys that we were so close together in high school and are not there, tulianza to drifting apart,
yeah.
Slowly by slowly. But something else I got to know after high school was you don't really need to keep people.
True.
You don't really need, you know, when years come to an end, up 30th, 31st, but to some the people are cut off in 2020, in 2021. It's a thing.
Yeah.
And most people are like, maybe what if I need this person later on? What if I come to need them? And that's the confusion that people have. So that's why I don't want to cut this guy off. But I came to understand that if someone is to help you, they will help you no matter whether you have met them just now or you've known them for years.
For a long time,
And it's the connections that you build. Actually, it's the connection that you build professionally that really come to help. Not the friends, sometimes not family. And when we were in school, we were like, this guy is going to help me. Connections. The best connections are actually the connections that you create
along the way
on your own.
Because even Jesus, as in a prophet is not honored in his own hometown. As in the respect you get out there, it might not be the same. It might be even more than what you get at your own place.
Very true. But let me just ask: would you say that high school in itself trained people not to think beyond the activities that were in school? Is that something that you would say? Because let me take, for instance, the line from Yashinsky's jam, Glory. He says, society ina blame shida za society kwa Mary Jane na kitu society inahitaji main ni kuepuka poverty na hizo machain mnafunga watu hii. So I think there are chains that we grew up with and we don't really know, or even our parents or our teachers don't really know that these are the things that are going to limit people growing up. Like when you're in school, you're told education is the key, which actually it is.
It is.
But is there something more that people need?
Yeah, because I remember actually that's a good question. Since I was we were called
alikuwa mtiaji. So you are a prefect. Let me just say you were a class prefect in form 1, form 2.
No, form 2 that time. And
then you became a senator. That's the guy who deals with
like the deputy assistant minister.
And then the minister, the guys in form 4 that give that direct you guys now. So you became all that thing. So go on. What you say?
So
in short, you were mtiaji, okay?
Yeah, but I was in a good docket. I was in clubs and societies. And one challenge, as in, I really wanted people to get their minds off. It's always class. As in, kuna wale watu yani kuna ile daro nilikuwa naingilia sana zeni. Wase walikuwa wanajiona macho.
Class from 4A. Yeah, watu walikuwa they did physics, they did geography.
Three sciences, geography no history. Walikuwa wanafanya geography.
Walikuwa wanafanya geography na some 3 sciences, biology, physics and chemistry. Yeah.
Those guys, it's like very few people used to go for functions, as in do co-curricular activities. See it in Njenga, but as in their people, their mind was fixed into studying. But kwa sisi tulikuwa tuna skive classes, mnaenda funky, as in hadi mode akikuwa na shule time ya funky.
Actually mimi nilianza kwenda function nikiwa form 4, I think. Form 1, form 2, form 3 nilikuwa ngatule msa wa kustay class.
Kwenda science congress na huko unaweza kuongelesha wasichana.
Lakini waliniongelesha. Hao walinitafuta. So you were saying that thing actually helped people a lot.
It helped me actually personally. Me, I benefited from it. Even if I used to be very active in music and art. Even if I'm not doing music right now or art, the only art that. But whatever I landed into is art. I landed into photography. And I did graphic design in school. So that knowledge kiasi I got from school, even if, because now in the world right now, graphic design you're doing using computers.
Yeah, everybody needs a graphic somewhere.
Yeah. So, and this is something, I think there are these guys we used to partner with the Academy of Graphic Technologies, AGT. And there's a time they came to school and they were telling us, I asked a question, what if I want to do a course in photography? And they were telling us, for you to do a course in photography, you have to do a whole year diploma in graphic design, and so that you can do photography. But for me, I wanted to do photography first. So I saw this will. Anyway, the whole of 2017, 2018, I started doing photography. So I went straight on into photography. But along the way, I came to learn graphic design is really important. You really need to. You just don't need to master Lightroom. You need to know how to use Photoshop. Adobe Illustrator and all these things, so that you are unique. As in your work, you can't just be editing with Lightroom and expect your work to be unique, because right now, even in the photography industry, it's really competitive. And people, I imagine every day, and people are...
You have some.
They have.
Kuna kitu inakuzunguka. Remember that interview with Pence? There's a fly that stayed here. Pence from US Vice President. They were doing a debate na Nzi ilisimama hapo for quite some time, so it was a big thing.
I don't know why.
Sasa huko na
niko sun-kissed.
So why it's not for the clubs and societies staying back in school? You wouldn't have been probably the person that you are right now.
Yeah, because I remember in primary I was this bookworm. Yani kwa chopia nataka nimalize shule niende Mangu High School, kutoka Mangu High School sijui niende nisome
medicine engineering.
Medicine. I wanted to do either aeronautical engineering or being a pilot. Kwa jamu first year, so I said first year, second year, sherehe tu kujibamba
from 3 from 4 study
from 3 to 4 buda, yani kujaribu ati kugain those 2 years you lost. It was really hard, as in, for a fact, besides Form 1, the first 2 terms, my KCSE grade was higher than any other performance that I had between Form 2 and Form 4.
So I think for me, I really wanted to do journalism and mass communication from classics. So when I'd see Jeff Koinange, back then he was on K24, I'd be there sitting tight 12:30 to 1 doing I think the bench, and I'd see him and I wanted to be him. So back in high school, if I perform well in English and Kiswahili, I'm good. But I didn't realize that for you to actually go to uni and pursue it in a degree perspective, you have to be good in some other things so that they can pull you up. So that they can pull you up. But I guess the thing about high school was that even if you're told that this is what you need, always iskia.
Baby.
But life, unakuja kujua nisiposikia itakuja kuni haunt mbele.
As in right now, actually, one of the things, another thing I also learned in school, an advice that right now I'm seeing it's practical in life, as in you'll apply it, as in our dean of studies was really, I remember there's a time
she was your math teacher.
She taught me math from second term to third to hadi KCSE, and it really helped me.
I know. I was alikuwa anafanya kitu kwa blackboard. Alafu anakuja anauliza, where did we go wrong? She's not getting the answer that was in, but we survived.
As in, she really helped me. And there's a time, you remember I used to do art, and we had 6 months to do a project. Yani started project like your holiday, August, ndio tunaanza project. So in the last minute rush, as in, we're trying to do project, to finish this project. So I find myself nakosa kuja shule. So nakuja shule because I was a cop. As in, we were so free, you remember?
Yeah.
As in, you could enter school anytime and leave anytime.
So unaacha kukaa ndio ufanye project.
So one day she phoned me in class. Na sasa nilikuwa nimekuja tu shule for one lesson nitoke. She phoned me in class, then called me. As in, nakumbuka alinisimamisha kwa Drango. As in, she told me, alikuwa anani lecture.
And she was loud. She was
in,
loud and she spoke her mind.
Yeah, as in, she told me, those classes you've missed, they can cost you an A. And the truth to her word, I missed a point. As in, it costed me an A. So why maybe they could have made a difference. Those few days I
lagged behind.
I could have gotten that extra point to get there.
Maybe something that people need to know, especially people in high school and people in school, because I left uni too, is that the moment you are where you are, perfect that place. If you are in school, perfect your co-curriculum and perfect your education. If you can win at both of them, then you'll be guaranteed the next step. And the next step is usually important.
And there's a reason why you're there at that particular time.
But people don't get it. People will be like, I am here, I know what I want, and this is my life, and I have connections out there, which, as you said, don't really come.
But every stage in life is important. As in, there's a reason why you're in uni, and even if you're not going to use that degree, as in your thinking changes.
I was listening to Jemo that guy was saying that as much as he's not doing what he he learnt in school, his perspective about life changed in uni. And that's why so many people miss that part. The part where you hear, what do we call this Microsoft guy? Bill Gates. Or Tesla guy, Elon Musk. And they say school doesn't help, education doesn't help, we dropped out of school. But you don't realize that were it not for that environment in uni, they probably wouldn't have made what they made that led them to dropping out.
You might not see, but it really helps. Because imagine, as in, there's even one thing I was being told by my family, as in, you might be successful, have all the money, but una degree. There's something that
look at Jalal himself.
Had to go back to school.
He had to go back because he realized his money ain't gonna help him
There's some places
for the seat in Langata.
Yeah, there's some places you need, as in, it will open doors for you somewhere else. As in, it's a plus. As in, even if it's for status, as in, ukonayo degree, it can help you get to somewhere you couldn't have gotten to. Why it's not for that degree?
Very true. Perfecting the art of everything that you're doing at a particular time really comes in handy.
Yeah, true.
I don't think, is there any other lesson that people need to know?
Another thing, from the same teacher, remember she used to tell us, don't be like a wheelbarrow. You pushed.
She's said that a lot in the same.
Don't be like a wheelbarrow, as in you've been pushed. Every time you're being pushed, you'll be led to the wrong place you wouldn't want. A wheelbarrow most of the time in a dump site. So, what I've learned.
I was actually thinking of the hustler narrative.
The hustler.
Become a wheelbarrow. Akili yangu ilikuwa tu ruto. So, don't be a wheelbarrow.
Don't be a wheelbarrow. Okay, see, I'm against the hustler nation. I'm also a hustler. I'm not a dynasty.
Let's not talk politics. Don't be a wheelbarrow.
Don't be a wheelbarrow. As in, be a person who takes initiative. Yeah. I was listening to a conversation between two people. As in, it was my uncle and his friend. They were talking about young people, as in they employ young people, but
young people
they don't have initiative. As in, their work is just to get to do the job that has been prescribed to them, and even that job are do poor. As in, we need to be people who need to take initiative in doing whatever we do. As in, if your work is to just come and shoot, like cameras, just go research, how can I make this better? As in this, you see the reason why young people complain there are no jobs. It's because wewe unaenda tu hapo na papers. What new are you bringing to the table?
I think that is a very important point. Like when I was in uni, I did so many things. I had a podcast, not this one.
Yeah, I remember the one.
I was doing photography outside. You've met me once. With some of my clients. I was doing writing. I was doing for a startup magazine called Solerato. And then I think there was something else I was doing. I was doing editing and getting paid by people in school. Those people that don't want to do their projects. Yeah. And you get to realize when I was going for an interview where I work currently, it's been 2 years now, they asked me, what did you do in uni? You had a lot of time then. Did you just say that my work here is to study?
Yeah.
Or did you go beyond what you were called there to do? And were it not for those projects, trust me, I wouldn't have been where I am currently.
True. Like even me right now, I'm in school, though I've halted kidogo, but I'm still going back to finish it. I've been doing, right now it's like 4 years into photography. I just finished high school, back into photography. And late last year, I started a new thing. I started doing hiking, mountaineering, and I'm learning new things. As in I'm trying to do many things along the way, so that even if there'll come a time
you lose some,
not even lose some, because I'm trying to do all of them at the same time, but I don't want to push myself beyond the limits. So even if it will come to a time, like you've said, I'll have to use my degree to get a job.
Yeah.
If I'll have to. When I'm asked, all this period
you were doing your own thing, but then before you came here.
So as in it's a plus for me, because if they'll see this guy is maybe because I want to major in sociology. This guy does sociology and also tourism. Maybe it's one of them, but you can also take pictures. You can also do mountaineering. You find your job description, it's like in 3 different careers.
Actually, that's the thing I learned. The thing I learned during COVID period at work, most of the people that were sent home, it's not their fault, but most of them had one job description.
True.
At work. You are an editor, you are a script writer, you are a voiceover artist, but then you find one who can edit, write scripts and voice the scripts. Why should I send you home if you can hold 3 professions in yourself? And if there's something I'd like really everyone to know is that once you have other professions inside you, it's very difficult for people to let you go. And
it's really hard for you to go hungry. Like even me, even right now at the where I'm working, I just don't shoot. As in my work is a photographer and editing pictures. I also have something I'm bringing to the table. I can design, and I've been learning design along the way. So don't just be limited to one thing. Like I sitaki kuingilia doctors, but I usually tell people, as in try to do something else.
Actually, doctors, ulikuwa unaingilia ukisema sitaki kuingilia, but actually most doctors have their pharmacies.
Yeah, but also, okay, people will always get sick, but something, you see, like there are these professions, like I feel they're limiting. You can't
like looking at public relations. You study, actually in every profession you're the person to limit yourself. Like a PR guy could come and do photography, so that when they go to their professions, they would say, I can also do this, or you can also do digital marketing, social media marketing, all those things combined together in one person. And most people don't actually see it as probably we do. And I think it's time for people to see that you can do anything you want to do as long as you don't limit yourself.
Yeah, true. And just be the world we are in right now, they're so, as in, I think the opportunities, but you really have to be unique and creative to get them.
Casting your bread into many waters, right?
Yeah.
And if you do so many things, something will always outstand. And that's the thing that will push you further than everyone else. It's not like we are good. It's not like we still have a long way.
Yeah, we still have a long way.
A long way.
Long way. And I think also something we were talking before we started, exposure is important. As in, exposure might not pay bills. And this is something I've heard even Jalas talking about, and people like wanam attack. As in, it's important. As even if exposure doesn't pay bills, as in try do different things.
And exposure here in this sense means not asking for pay, even if you do, not demanding for it once you're not given, especially for the people that are doing this digital thing and want to become famous, or trying to get into this creative arts thing. When you volunteer without pay, and because they can't pay you, or they just want you to volunteer for some time, don't lag behind. Don't say, I'm not going to do that, I have bills to pay. If you can, the best thing to do is to try.
Because you're better off than somebody who just finished, who has been in uni, just studying, kusoma, and amemaliza degree and into the job market with 0 working experience. Wewe, hata kama you've worked for 6 months, 1 year, as in that's a lot. As in, you know, people as in corporates right now, mostly corporates, they want people who will be able to help them get work.
And you've talked with a lot of people from corporates, right? And you know they're thinking, like, every day I get guests on my Monday to Friday job, and these are guys that are old people, guys that have had a lot of things, and every time they say is that we need someone who can do so many things. And once you get someone who can actually suit in, as we were talking about other professions, then you're actually better off than everyone else.
True.
And I guess this is why we call it a wrap.
I wish you could continue, but until next time.
Yeah, because there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that are coming into my mind as I'm speaking, and I'm realizing it. I'm realizing right now that if we could only have thought the way we are thinking right now back then, life would probably be much different.
Yeah, but there's a reason why we didn't think that way then.
and God has His plans.
Yeah, God has His plans.
I think I can put a God's plan Drake soundtrack. Until we talk again. This is Jadiel Kabiro, and we're right now Jadiel Kabiro podcast, and we're right now on YouTube. You can follow me on every single podcast platform, and this is Jed at Jed Violence, right?
Yeah, Jed Violence on Twitter and
I think I'll
Twitter, Instagram, Njenga Jed on Facebook, and also Jed Violence on Facebook.
Do you think you can advise people if they text you?
Me, I
like
silengangi DMs.
Isipokuwa za maboy.